It is hard to not be around people that love you. You see, let's say that I really don't want to go somewhere. Maybe I'm tired. I use Justin a lot. I'll use him again. Let's say Justin, who's my friend, invites me over to his house. They're going to have this cookout or whatever, and I'm kind of tired. But you know what's going to motivate me to go more times than not? Is I know Justin and his family, they love me. And I'm not going into a place that they're going to ridicule me, they're going to criticize me, they're going to say bad things about me. That'd be easy for me to stay away. You see, it's hard to stay away from places where you're loved. But there are a lot of people today that have walked away from the one who loves them the most. That doesn't make sense, does it? But it's a hard reality. 1 John 4:16, and we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love, and he who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. When people walk away, why did Mary and Joseph frantically search for him? Because they loved him. They realized they had lost him, and they went back as fast as they could to find him. Why do people walk away from the love of God? I don't know, but they do. They do. And that's one thing that I really struggle with. What's the right way to tell them? What's the right way to let them know? What's the right way to preach this sermon? What's the right way as a preacher, as an elder, to be able to tell people? And really it comes down to you got to love them enough to tell them the truth. And the truth is this. You need to walk away from the one who hates you. There's a lot of people walk to the one who hates them and wants them to fail. And his name's Satan. But the one who loves them the most, we've walked away from. It's time to frantically get back. How do we go from losing him to loving him? We must love God with all that we are and love others as we love ourselves. We're getting back to the principles, right? The early principles. Jesus, what's the greatest commandment? They thought they had him. Maybe they thought, man, he's going to prioritize 1 through 10. We know what the 10 commandments are. Now, there are a lot of commandments that came off of that, right? But they knew what the commandments were, and we're going to get him, we're going to catch him, and we're going to trick him. And he said, no. He said, the greatest commandment is love. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Get this. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and prophets. What's the greatest command? Love. Love God with all you got. Love others as you love yourself. When we get that right, then we found Jesus Christ. Finally this morning, if I truly want to love, and I truly want to go from losing Jesus to finding Jesus again, or for the first time, then I must trust enough to surrender completely to him, laying down our lives, taking up our cross, and following where he leads. You see, in order to gain something, sometimes we got to lose something. We got to lose this world. We've got to lose our grip on sin. We've got to lose our grip on Satan. Once we do that, we can take up his cross and follow him where he leads. when he had called the people to himself, with his disciples also, he said to them, whoever desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake and the gospel's will save it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? For whoever is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him the Son of Man also will be ashamed when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Those are strong words. When it comes down to it, do we cherish self? Do we cherish the pleasures of this world? Or do we cherish Jesus Christ? Now I want you to know something. The cross that Jesus bore was not a fine, planed piece of wood. It was a rough tree. It wasn't light. In fact, it got so heavy, Jesus couldn't even bear it. Simon had to carry it the rest of the way. Sometimes when we put Jesus first, this is the truth. He didn't say life will be smooth and pleasant. There's still going to be rough patches. There's still going to be heavy moments. But here's what he did promise. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Mary and Joseph. Once Jesus was separated and they realized it. I imagine it was not an easy thing to come to that realization that we've lost our son. But they didn't sit there and feel sorry for themselves or blame anybody else. They turned their company around and they went back to find him. Nothing else mattered. Today, will we do the same? If you've lost Jesus Christ, drop what matters at this moment to you. Let it go and frantically find him again. If you have Jesus, hold on tight. If you've never known Jesus, we all have an opportunity right now as together we stand.